Children, now we are going to study how to construct or measure the angles. We all know what are angles. Angles are figures, closed figures, which are made by two rays having a common starting point. Rays having a common starting point, right? So angle can be right facing, angle can be left facing. Okay? To measure the angles, we need a protractor. Okay, we need an instrument which is a protractor. This is just a rough figure of the protractor, children. Okay, it is in the shape of a semicircle which is present in a geometry box or in geometry geometrical kit. Okay, so this now we'll talk about the protractor. This protractor has a point in its center and a line perpendicular to a line which is drawn at its base. Okay, and this perpendicular line is marked as 90 degrees, showing that it is a right angle. Okay, and it has two scales, children. It has an inner scale and an outer scale to measure both left facing and right facing. Suppose if your angle is right facing, then I think we need the right scale. I think that is the outer one. Okay, I don't remember the diagram of the protractor, whether inside one was right facing or the outside one was right facing. So I have just made it on my own. It's just rough. Okay, so outer scale means this one is used to measure the right facing angle, and the inner scale, this one where 0 is starting, from wherever the 0 is starting, 0, 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 30, 40, 50, 60, like this. Okay, that inner scale is used to measure the left facing angles. Okay, so this is all about the protractor. This is a small revision. Last year we have done a lot of about the protractor, so I know that you all remember. Okay, so still we did a small revision about it. So this is all about your protractor. Now let's study how to construct an angle using a protractor. So the first thing, suppose we have to construct an angle of 40 degree using a protractor. So how to do it? First and foremost, draw the baseline. Okay, then take your protractor and place it in such a way that this point and this point coincide with one another. Coincide with one another means they should be one on top of the other. Okay, like if this is what the point, this is this point and this is this point, so they should be one on top of the other, like this. Okay, so we will place this protractor here. Suppose I place the protractor like this. My diagram is not correct. Here, this is the point, this is the 90 degrees. So this point and protractor's point, the base, the line segment which we have drawn, that point and the center point of the protractor are one on top of the other, and this line, this baseline and protractor's baseline should be one on top of the other. This is your protractor. I won't draw this so that otherwise you will get confused. Okay. So the first thing is to draw the base. Second thing is to place the protractor. And it is very important to place the protractor in a correct order. Okay. So what is the correct order? Two things we have to remember. The points, which should be one on top of the other, and the lines should be one on top of the other. Okay. Now, since we have kept this on the this side, means on the left side, that means we are making the right facing angle, and 40 degree is what? Smaller than or greater than 90? Smaller than 90. So it should be less than 90. That means you need to find out 40 somewhere here. Okay, so check wherever is your 40. Suppose this is 10, this is 45. This somewhere here will be your 40. So you mark the point like this and then remove your protractor and remove your protractor. Join these two lines, points, and produce it. So this is your angle 40 degree. Okay children, and this is how we draw or construct the angles with the usage of the protractor. Okay, so we studied perpendicular lines, we studied perpendicular bisectors. Similarly, we studied angles. Now we should study angle bisectors. Now, how to draw the angle bisectors? Now, bisector, as the word bisector, now you know, dividing the line into two equal parts. That means the angle bisector is also dividing the angle into two equal parts. So, first thing is your paper folding method. Very simple. Draw your angle like this. Yes. And then fold your paper in such a way that these two lines coincide with one another. Coincide with one another means they come one on top of the other. Okay. And then exactly you will get a fold here. So this is the angle bisector of this angle. Okay children. So this is how we draw the angle bisector using the paper folding method. Now we will draw the angle bisector using the compass. So very simple. Draw the angle, whose angle bisector you are drawing. Suppose this is the angle. Now from this point and put your pointer of the compass here like this, and with the help of the pencil draw an arc like this. Okay, what did we do? We drew the angle, then putting the pointer on the vertex of the angle, we drew one arc. We got 2 points of intersection here. You can mark them, any name, AB. Now increase little bit your radius of the rounder or your compass, and then place your compass on point A. Okay, suppose you have taken this much radius. Draw an arc. Then with the same radius, draw another arc from B. B as center, draw another arc. Now you got a point of intersection once again. Join these 2 points of intersections. From the center, you can say center of the angle or the vertex of the angle, you join the point of intersection and produce it. You will find that this particular line is your angle bisector. Okay. Now children, there are certain special angles, okay, special angles where we don't need to use a protractor, but we can construct them. Okay. How? Such angles are known as special angles, and example of such angles is 60 degree. Okay, half of 60 is what? 30 degree, and half of 60 is what? 120 degree. Then there is 90 degree also, there is 45 degree also, there is 75, I think 75 degree also. Like this you can draw many more, okay, but in our book it is 60 degree, 30 degree and 20 degree. When we go ahead in our next classes, we will be studying how to draw other special angles also. Okay, so let's start with 60 degree right now. So first thing, draw the baseline. As we all know, take your rounder, that is your compass, and put its pointer on this point. Okay, suppose you mark it as A and this is B. So put it on A. Then with some radius, draw an arc like this. Suppose this is your pencil. So draw an arc like this. Now you got a point of intersection here. Mark it as O. Now with the same radius, first and foremost, remove your rounder. With the same radius, this radius, from point O, mark another arc on this first arc which we have drawn. Okay, once again I will repeat, with the same radius without disturbing the radius, and suppose if your radius gets disturbed due to some reason, you can measure it from here. Okay, and then put your pointer on point O and draw another arc on the first arc. You got another point of intersection, right? Join this point of intersection. Join this point of intersection and produce it. You will find that this angle is 60 degree. Okay. Now, if you draw its angle bisector, how to draw its angle bisector? Very simple. These two points of intersections are already there. Increase the radius of your compass and draw two arcs like this. Same radius. Join it. So this will be your 30 degree angle. Okay. So we completed 60 degree, we completed 30 degree. Let's go to 120 degree. 120 degree is double of 60 degree. Yes? Yes. So let's see how to draw an angle of 120 degree without using a protractor but with the help of a compass. Draw the baseline. Take some radius on your rounder. Suppose this is your rounder. Take some radius and draw the arc like this. Suppose this is your arc. With the same radius, draw another arc. This is 60 degree. Now, if you draw one more arc with the same radius, this is another 60 degree. 60 plus 60. 120. So that means you got your 120 degree angle with the help of a compass and not using the protractor. Okay. What did we do? We drew the arc with the same radius. We drew second arc on the first arc. Then from the second arc, same radius, we drew the third arc on the first arc. Okay, and then we joined the two point of intersection and produced the ray, which gave us the angle of 120 degree. Okay, so children, this is all about your practical geometry. Very simple, small applications are there. So based on these applications only, what videos I have made for you all, depending on these only, we are going to have a subject enrichment session through Zoom, okay, or through Google Meet. So before having a meeting, I'm going to inform you all. So study, okay, you don't have to draw all these. If you want, you can draw it roughly, children, but no need to do it in your maths copy.